catching up with the mayor of this fine city for the first time. A huge congratulations on the new role, Mr. Mathew Dickerson.
Yeah, thanks very much. It does feel like a bit like Back to the Future, coming on talking to Triple M and having a discussion around mayoral things goes back a long way.
I did say welcome to the new role. It is the new old role. It's your old new role.
It is, but it's a different configuration now. The last time I was mayor, it was Dubbo City Council. Now we've got Dubbo Regional Council, and that brings a whole range of challenges to the table and things that are different, things that I've got to consider differently, certainly.
Well, that's true. So before you were just watching over Dubbo, now you've got, places like Mundry, Wellington and all that.
You've got, well, Wellington's the main part of that, but you've also got all the little areas around there. You've got places like Stewarttown. Geary just snuck into Wellington in the past, so that's now part of it. But I like the fact that Stewarttown's in there because the Dickerson family started about 170 years ago in Stewarttown, and back in those days, of course, it was called Ironbark, and the Man from Ironbark poem famously is about Ironbark, but Sir Alex Stewart, a former Premier of the state, renamed Ironbark as Stewarttown back in about 1892 or thereabouts. So there's a lot of Dickersons in the cemetery there, so it's a bit of history there from my perspective.
Definitely some history. Now, we've got a whole new council pretty much. Let us know about it because it's been sort of everyone was voted in and then it was the Christmas break and now we've started the new year and there's a lot of people, I guess, curious as to what's going on with this new council.
It is pretty exciting. We've got 10 councillors. Of those 10, 8 have never been on council before. 1 has returned from the last council, so that's incredible. I have been around local government since around 2004, and I can never remember anywhere across the state where a councillor has been re-elected with only one person re-elected. So that's really different. So that's Vicky Etheridge, who's back on council. I wasn't on the last council. I didn't stand for council back in 2017, but I was back on council from 2016 to 2004. So I've got some experience there. But apart from that, you've got 8 brand new faces, and that's really fantastic because it's this whole bunch of enthusiasm and all these people that are really keen to learn. We've had 4 pretty much full days of induction and training, and everyone's attended every minute of those. They've all been enthusiastic and they really want to learn about what to do. So I'm really actually buoyed by all that enthusiasm, and you've got to mix that with a bit of experience. So hopefully that's where I come in, and obviously Vicky as well. And that mix of those two, I think, puts us in a really good spot with a great council.
Now, with fresh blood, Mathew, does this mean we're going to see, and you're saying there's a lot of enthusiasm, does this mean we're going to see a lot of proactivity towards town, different events and things that are put to the town?
I think we've already seen that. Just the first council meeting, which we had only a week ago, the 9 councillors in the room, I'm excluding myself from that for the moment, but the 9 councillors all brought forward a notice of motion. Now, I've seen councils in the past where it might take 6 months, maybe even a year before a councillor is brave enough to bring a notice of motion to council. So all 9 brought forward a notice of motion. That was something that they were passionate about, they wanted to bring forward. So just that alone, there was activity straight away. And I saw people in the streets after the council meeting and they said, well, what was really great about that was you're into it. You're straight into it. You're not waiting around and scratching your head and thinking, what do I do here? All of the councillors are into it. And some of them weren't quite sure how to go about it and they're a bit nervous about it. It's a pretty daunting experience sitting there in a council meeting, making decisions for the city. You've got a public gallery. You've got hundreds watching online. So that was all a bit scary, but they all did it and they all came through with flying colours. So I think you will see some changes and some things happening straight away.
Looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it. Mayor Mathew Dickerson, thank you so much for your time this morning. And on behalf of Triple M and the whole city, welcome back to the role and welcome to all the new councillors as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Hopefully we'll keep chatting every couple of weeks.
Well, I was going to say that to you. You're happy to get on the radio, chat to us, let us know what's going on every couple of weeks?
One of the big things I've talked about is communication, making sure we let people know what's happening in the city, what's happening with council. So I'd love to be on Triple M every couple of weeks and chatting to you.
Done. We'll make sure it happens. Mathew Dickerson, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Allo.